Finance family, and welcome to this edition of Let's Talk Tuesday. So, in keeping with our theme of Black business owners for the month of August, this is the last Black business the month of August. I wanted to make sure. I'm getting some feedback, y'all. I'm sorry. So, can you guys hear me okay? Does everybody hear me okay? All right, if you can hear me, please make sure you give me some thumbs up. Let me know that the audio is good. And hopefully, you guys can hear me. So, again, keeping with the thing for the month of August, we have a very beautiful young lady coming to the stage. You have met her on last week. She was also online with the co-founder of Mercury Technologies, and she has another business that she's also a co-founder of, and it's called EUA Brand. So Yanta Haynes, just to give you some background on Yanta Haynes, she's the co-founder and the CEO of EUA Brand Co. And she's also the COO of Mercury Technology Consultants, as I just briefly mentioned. She has over 15 years of experience in human resources and records management, management consulting, and she's leading client initiatives in the Department of Defense and public-private sectors. Okay, Yanta leads the firm by establishing new clients and partnerships, providing strategy consultation and project engagement oversight. She is a proven results oriented leader, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that yes, she is a proven results oriented leader. Okay. Yanta has been known as a master facilitator, mediator, and team builder throughout her career, while keeping her eye on the big picture and delivering solutions for her clients. And so, without further ado, I want to welcome Yanta to the stage because we are going to be talking about entrepreneurs and like where do I start? And because her business does a lot with like marketing and branding, that is one very important aspect of a starting point for an entrepreneur, as well as the financial aspect, right? So I always tell my clients, make sure you have a budget in play, and then also make sure you have capital reserves. And so I want to bring Yanta onto the stage. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the financial aspect of where do you start as an entrepreneur, but I also want to give the floor to the subject matter expert as we dive into the marketing and branding side. So welcome, Yanta.
Thank you, Samara. Thank you for the awesome introduction. I can't believe still that I've accomplished all that already in my life, and I'm about to finish another milestone. I am the breaks for retirement. So
Yeah.
I am a 23-year-old veteran, and I can't wait for retirement. So go me.
Yes. Kudos to you. And I tell you, so you about to fire your boss.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
And it's a
right.
long time coming because I can't believe all the accomplishments I have made and where I've gotten here today. But it's with some things that I don't want people to know that I am truly and truly an entrepreneur at heart. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 6 years old, learned and taught from my granddaddy. He was a farmer and I learned the hard way, but I love all the teachings that he gave me. Hence, multiple businesses and enjoying to assist and help anyone who's trying to grow a business and understand where they're trying to be at in their life, because all we want to do is in my side of my life is grow in a legacy in my life.
Right.
So I'm here today to assist you and your clientele and give
Yeah.
some love out to your people as they give love back to me. So thank you for the love.
Yes, so
in
Fye
the
Finance
house.
family, this is your cue to show some love, right? Let's get some heart emojis.
Give me some heart.
Let's show Yanta some love having her on the platform. And I love what you say, Yanta, saying that you have been an entrepreneur since you were a little girl, right? Like it was in you. I shared the same thing with the Fye Finance family a few weeks back when we had a gentleman on who happened to be my brother. I feel like it's in my blood too. My dad's an entrepreneur. He owns his own kind of construction company, or I should say, a general contractor. And then my brother owns his own body shop. Always there, right? I just had to nurture it, right? So I am ever so grateful for the connections that I've made along the way with yourself. And Mr. Francis, I didn't mention that you and Michael were my first clients. I forgot to mention that Fye Finance family. So last week when we had Michael and Yanta on, they were actually my first clients, and so I was ever so grateful for them giving me an opportunity, right? What Fye Finance family, Fye Finance was all about, right? So, with that being said, Yanta, since we are both entrepreneurs at heart, there are some things that I learned from watching others, right? Through watching my dad, through watching my brother. And then there were some things that I had to learn the hard way as well. And so, one thing that I want to make sure that I'm conveying to you, family, is if you do have a passion or you are thinking about starting your own business, I would definitely say make sure that you have a budget in place. Okay. This is no
Samara, I
different.
don't want to interrupt you, but I
Uh-huh.
think our feed is messing up on.
You hear some feedback?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because you're saying some good juicy stuff, and I don't want them to miss
Right.
it.
Let's see. I if I take this out, I may not be able to hear you. But now,
Keep talking.
do you still hear feedback? Can everybody hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you much better than the before.
Okay. All right, so we'll keep it like this. We'll figure out. I'm not sure what's going on. Today. Let's see. I'm gonna put it
Don't
back
don't
in.
don't blame it on the earpieces. It's probably the weather not working with us.
It's possible, but I can hear you.
But since we say this, we just throw it in like business. When things come in like business, we just make shifts and pivot and make it happen. So we're
That's
just gonna
it.
work with
Yeah, we're gonna work right through it. So what I was saying was like it was embedded in me too. And so since I have learned some lessons along the way through others or the hard way, what I would suggest you do is get that budget. That should be the first thing that you establish as a business owner. Okay. The reason why I say that is because your budget is going to be the blueprint for everything. Like if you don't have a budget established, then you don't know how much revenue you have to bring in.
Mhm. Right? And you don't know what you can afford to do. So you wouldn't know, hey, can I afford to bring on an accountant to manage my books with me? And if I bring her on, at what capacity do I need to have that accountant working for me? Can I afford to hire help right off the top? If not, can I afford to work those hours and put that time into the company? And so it's going to allow you to answer some of those questions that you have. I would suggest working with a finance expert when you're creating your budget just to make sure you're not missing anything. Okay, because there's some things that as a business owner you may not be thinking about, but your accountant definitely already knows, hey, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do that. So they will help you guide that budget and make sure that it's a solid budget to help you at least for your first year. Okay, I would suggest doing it for your first 3 to 5 years, but at least for your first year, have a budget in place. Okay. Another thing it does, and this is what I did for me. Y'all can take it or leave it, but it's some good tea, okay? What I did was I knew I wanted to fire my boss, but I knew that I had to be financially stable to make that leap.
Okay. So my budget looked a lot like, okay, I know how many clients I need to sign on at this price point in order for me to continue to generate the income that I was accustomed to under my boss. Okay. Um, I would encourage you to do that. So many times I hear entrepreneurs financing the business with their own money, and that's fine. I had to do that too, but at some point into place, and it's going to help you do that more. Okay. And then capital reserves. Make sure you have capital reserves in place, and I'm talking 3 to 6 months worth of expenses to run your business fully. Make sure that you have that online. Again, I had to save up, right? So I wanted to find my boss months ago, maybe a year ago, but I had to make sure that that capital reserve was there, so that if anything came up, right, I would be able to just pull from that to keep everything going. So, business owners, entrepreneurs, people who are self employed, wherever you are in your journey of entrepreneurship, I just wanted to make sure that I at least share with you that much from the financial perspective. And now I am going to yield the floor to Yanta, because what is also most important is marketing. Because how are you going to get clients if they can't find you? So I'm going to yield the floor to Yanta to share with us some of her best practices.
Thank you. I do want to reverse a little bit, touching on some of those things. I have multiple businesses, and some things that you have to understand is budget comes into a real big factor. Especially, it's hard enough to start one business, but to have multiple businesses. So when I first started the first business, and consulting on my own personally. But then with EUA Brand, I got a partner, and she's the co-owner, Tasha. She wanted to do business, and she is the digital designer. She is the creative behind the marketing and everything when it comes to the design work. She's awesome. So what we had to do is say, hey, how much can we afford in this, because we both have to make this investment, and we had to be willing to make this investment. So I don't take lightly that I have business partners, but they didn't just come overnight. I had to pick the right business partners, and the business partners that were willing to invest in the business and see the vision for the business the way I did, and me see the vision the way they did, in order to make that investment happen. Because now I'm investing in two businesses at the same time, so it's very, very important about the budget. Hence, that's why I always keep accounting on the books, Samara, so that she can tell me if I'm making a good return on my investment is, or if I should adjust and look at these different type of technique ways to minimize my cash flow, so that I can see a better outcome on what I'm trying to do and what my vision is for my long-term goal. It's not always about the short-term goal, it's about the long-term goal and where you're trying to get at. So that's my hints on the budget and how very important it is for that budget. But the other thing is since Tamara was talking about the marketing aspect, it's so many avenues of the marketing aspect that you can go down, and you can get sidetracked and waste money in doing things that you do not need at the time that you're doing it. So that's very important to have a marketing strategy plan to make sure that this is the right strategy for you at the time that you're doing it. And if it's not, you make milestones. And so that's what I try to do with our clients in EUA. We try to build out milestones. You don't need 5 different social medias if you can't manage 5 different social medias at one time. Let's add one, get that one good, add another one, get that good, and add another one. And then from there, we continue to grow. So then now we can actually see how we need to add our finances and what other clients we need to bring on to get to the next milestone, so that you won't be using up all your reserves that you have put aside. Did that help Samara get a little clarity on the budget and how important it is for the marketing aspect? Because marketing is not cheap, and everybody can do it. It's just do it at the budget that you can afford, and make sure that you're not wasting money when you do it.
Yeah, and I would go further to say not only everybody do it, but it's going to be a requirement, right? I mean, at some point, you have to use some avenue in order to get visibility that people can see you and people want to know what you're selling or what you're offering, what problem you're going to solve for them, because that's what it's all about. I mean, I tell everybody, like, the one thing about an entrepreneur, if you're a great entrepreneur, you're a great problem solver. That's all it is. I mean, so like I like to, even start my consultations off of that. Tell me your pain points, right? Because I want to know what is it that you need from us. Okay, like what do we need to do in order to relieve those pain points? So I would say, yeah, to not only can everybody do it, but everybody is going to have to do it if they want to continue to grow their business. So thank you for mentioning that. And I love what you said about milestones. That is a really, really good point, because even from an accounting perspective, right? Um, I understand that everybody doesn't start at the same level, right? So I get clients on that, maybe all they did was they went and got their license, and that's all that they've done so far. And they haven't made one sale. They don't have any expenses other than what I just, their license maybe, some registration expenses, but that's it. And then I have some clients, that have they tried it on their own, right? Like they tried running that business on their own without any back office support from accounting or payroll or anything. They have all these hats on. And then they realize, oh man, I can't. This is a lot. This is overwhelming. I feel like I'm missing something. And so, with that being said, because you have people that are at different places in their entrepreneurship journey, you have to be able to shake and move with those people too, right? You have to meet people where they are. Okay. And so milestones are definitely a way of doing that. Just meeting that person where they are, and then you and them create a goal together. You get to that next goal, you chop that one down, and then you say, okay, next goal, right? So you keep moving forward. It also motivates, and I think gives you progression when you establish those milestones. It's like little mini goals that lead up to the big goal. So thank you for mentioning that. I always like forget that word milestones, but that's a very good word. Fye Finance family milestones.
I'm glad you said that, because that's one of the things that EUA do. We don't have really packages plans. We build customized packages for the business and what you're looking for to meet you at those milestones. But we give you the full picture overview of where the overview is. But one of the main things I always say before I even bring on a client, because I don't work with every client, I work with extraordinary business owners. So ones that actually love their business, and if they have lost the love for their business, want to love their business again. And one of the things I ask them, I say, hey, what's your budget? I don't have a fear to ask you your budget, because I ask you your budget to know if we're going to work within the budget. I don't want anybody ever working over their budget. So if you say you have a budget of $2,000, and I'm going to build you what your business need, and your business needs $5,000 worth of things, we're going to work within that $2,000 budget. We're going to say, what's the milestones? What is your priority right now? And then let's set out 6 months, 7 months later, the next priority. But I always run in, and unfortunately I do, when I ask the budget, most companies don't know their budget. And then they start backpedaling because they think I'm asking a budget so I can charge them my price. No, my prices is my price. Regardless of if you can afford my prices or not, I'm here to help you. So my price is not my help for you. My price is based off of what I feel like I'm worthy of, and what I'm going to give you, that and more. So you actually are getting underpriced by me, because I go over and above. But I need to know your budget to make sure I don't put you over your budget, so that we can make sure your business grow. That's my whole concern, is your business grow. And that's what EUA does. That's what it stands for. Educate, unite, and achieve. So we educate you to what you need in your business so we can unite you with your clients so you can achieve your profit margin. I can't help you achieve your profit margin if we're not transparent and we don't understand where the steps are to get you where you're going.
Right.
So that I'm glad you brought that up, because that's, I think, one of the biggest things is very important is to know that transparency in a business is where you get your help from. If you're not truly looking for the help, don't tell them what's going on,
Right.
because then they're not able to help you. And that's even when it comes to accounting. People go and they try to tell you all these things, and behind the door, because we got to get behind the door.
Right.
Once we get behind the door, that's when all the little bugs start coming out the cressets and stuff, and you showing us that you ain't cleaned these spider webs up. So I just like to implore entrepreneurs to be honest about where you at,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
that someone else can get you and help you where the milestones and the goals that you're trying to get to, and you'll get there faster with honesty.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's the
And
key
that's the
word.
key
I'm glad
word.
you
I'm
you
glad
phrased it
you
that way.
phrased it
It's
that
so
way.
we can
It's so we
help.
can help.
It's not that
It's
we're trying
not
to
that
be
we're
your
trying to be your
business.
business.
We're really trying to help.
Kind of
And
charge me.
right, right.
Right,
Oh,
right.
what you need to know
What you
that
need
for?
to know
What
that
you'll
for?
be
What
extra if
will
I
be
tell you
extra if
to.
I tell you to?
No,
No.
that is not the
That is
case.
not the case.
A lot of
A
times
lot
I
of
ask
times
that
I ask
question
that
because
question
I have
because I
certain
have certain
packages, and if you
packages, and
fit
if you
into
fit into
a package,
a
right, that
package,
may be a little more conducive to your budget, right, then I can share that with you first and not waste your time with any other package, okay? And so that's the reason why I asked that question. But at the end of the day, like you said, you have to be transparent, because I can't help a client. The first thing I ask client is, can I have a look at your books? Because I cannot help you. I can't even devise a plan for you until I see what needs to be done. And so us having a look at the books is a way of saying, okay, now we're creating milestones, right? We're saying, okay, we got to get this done. We got to get this done by this time, by this time. And then when we have that first quarterly review with the client, then we can go over, hey, this is where we are now. And most clients are grateful. They're like, oh my gosh, I never thought that you could get it cleaned up. I never thought you could get me back to, where I'm in good standing. But it's all about working the plan. And so, like Yanta said, as long as you're transparent, right? And you create those
create
milestones,
those
it's
milestones,
definitely
is
something that you can
definitely
do.
something that you can do.
So Yanta, I want
So
you to go
Yanta,
a
I
little
want you to
bit
go a little
more
bit more
Okay.
into the
into
milestones
the
that you
milestones
create for
that you
clients,
create for
because you
clients,
wear so
because
many
you wear
hats. And I'm
so
gonna
many
tell you,
hats.
Fye Finance family, Yanta wears. Let me put them all on. Marketing. Okay. Yanta wears, let's see what else Yanta does. She does business coaching. Okay. And then she also does that security. Y'all saw her on last week, right? So she wears a lot of hats. And for me as well, like she wears a lot of hats, because whenever I'm stuck, like in a question where I'm thinking about, okay, how do I handle this, from like scaling my business? What's the best way to do it? Oh, let me call Yanta. Yanta, I got an idea. What you think? So since you wear so many hats, like when you're talking about creating milestones for the client, for your ideal client, and I'm gonna ask you about that too. Like, what is your idea? Let's first mention that, because you taught me that, and that was a lesson, a valuable lesson that I had to learn. Selecting who you choose to work with, because that is very important for a new entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, one thing that I've learned the hard way, um, all money ain't good money. Okay. I mean, that's all I have to say. All money ain't good money. And so you do have to have in your mind, who is your ideal client, like who you want to work with. And then when you have conversations with prospects or leads, then you can get from that conversation whether that client fits within your ideal client, someone who you know you're going to be able to work well with, or whether you need to refer them to someone else. So, Yanta, I'm going to ask you, how do you determine that?
Yeah, That's one of my favorite questions. So good. I determined that one, I want to put this out here. Like Samara said, all money ain't good money. And the worst decision is an emotional decision, especially when you're in a bind trying to figure out how you're going to pay your rent, your mortgage, or pay for your business costs. Because now you feel like you feel overwhelmed that you have to take on a client. I don't take on clients. I interview clients because they're not all my clients. So I just don't take on anyone. But hence, I have to say, and I know you're going to hear this over and over again, it goes to my budget. Because I budget things in, I don't have to take on a client. And if I feel like I am desperate, I don't even take on a sales call with a client. If I feel overwhelmed in my financial situation, I would not jump on a sales call because now I'm in an emotional mindset. And that means that regardless, I'm trying to get this money instead of trying to serve my client. And I'm doing a disjust to that person I get on a sales call with. I won't do it to them because now I'm hungry and I'm like a critter. I make up anything to get my house fed. And I won't do that for you. I won't. But my ideal client is, like I said, an extraordinary entrepreneur, an entrepreneur who believes in the economy, because I believe that small businesses is the backbone of the country, and without small business we cannot grow our community. So someone who believes in their community. I'm someone who believes in equality and equality. I don't say that everything is not for everybody, but everybody has the option to have everything they want, and I meet you where you at to get whatever you want. So, and vice versa, I need you to meet me back. So if we're working together, I need you to respect me enough to know that I'm not going to send you down the wrong path. And I need you to respect me enough to know that, hey, I don't have the answer, but I got a hell of a network that I'm going to go get you the answer, or I'm going to bring you to my network to get the right answer. I'm not just going to be going off a wing and just make up something for you. So respect me to know that I'm going to give you the best guidance that I can give you. And when I can't, I'm going to refer you to the best guidance that I'm going to give you on that part. But when I give you special work, that not so fun work, those processes and systems that we don't like to do, I'll need you to do it and get it back to me immediately. So my ideal client is someone who takes the work, do the work, and don't make excuses about the work. And my other ideal client is someone who likes to earn money for their business. And when I say that, it's not about greed. I like people who like to earn money for their business, because those people who like to earn money for their business also likes to invest in great customer service, great services, great products, try to figure out how to bring more to their clients. Those are my ideal people who want to bring more to their communities so their communities can grow, so that their family can grow, and businesses can grow together. Not just, oh, I'm all selfish. So I love to work with business owners who love to do what they do, who didn't just wake up in the morning and say, I figure like I want to start a business today, and they say this one makes a lot of money, so I'm going to jump in and do that one. Those are not my clients.
Right.
I want long-term clients who's going to invest in their business for 3 to 6 to 12 months. Most of my clients agree to work with me for up to a year, because it takes at least 90 days to see change in marketing. And that's the thing. People look for quick made, microwavable, quick things to get a wow. But that might not be your path right then. You might just be growing your awareness. That takes a minute. You might be on the stage of optimization. Now we need to get the reports back and understand them, so then we can grow your leads in that development, going down that path of now being an advocacy for your clients, so your clients can be an advocacy for you. So your ideal clients, to really understand who you want to be, allows you to say no, no, no to the wrong clients, because that's going to give you headache, stress, and pain, baby.
Honey.
Oh, why
Oh,
the
why the
words have
words
me
have
spoken?
no,
No,
no.
I'm
I'm
Because because went over and you still go over and above for me. And a lot of things you don't charge me for. So I always know I'm getting a great deal. And I don't complain about what you charge me because I know I'm not even getting charged what you worth. And I appreciate you. Don't go raising your prices on me. New clients only because they didn't get in and fit in where I got in. But but I really do. I really do appreciate business owners who charge me what they're worth and go over and above for it. I have no problem paying for good business products.
Right. Same here. And that's funny. So y'all heard the public service announcement. Yanta said I can't raise the price on her, but everybody else make not her. Right. Y'all been booked down on this one.
Not playing, but playing. Book now.
So getting back to what you said about an entrepreneur, business owner. One thing that I want to make sure I share with the Fye Finance family, because I heard this somewhere, and it spoke to me like it resonated so much with me, that there is a difference between someone who is self-employed and someone who is an entrepreneur. When you think about someone who is self-employed, they wake up with the mindset of, hey, I gotta go work this job. Even though I'm my own boss, I gotta put in the work in order to provide for my family. So however many hours I have to work, whatever I have to do, I'm gonna do it because I have to work in order to provide. An entrepreneur, on the other hand, is thinking, I need to hire people to further my vision, right? Like I have a vision, right? I have these goals, and so I have to put the right people in place in order to execute these goals, in order to execute my vision. And so those are two different people. And I think what happens is, as small business owners, I think we all start out with that passion of an entrepreneur, right? We have this vision, we have this goal, we have big dreams. But then somewhere along the way, we get stuck in just being self-employed. There's no growth. There's no expansion, right? There's no, like, you didn't create your 5-year plan, right? Yanta has this thing where it's an exercise you have to do where you're sitting on a porch, right? After you've retired and you've done everything you want to do. And she's like, tell me what that looks like when you're reflecting over where the business started and where it is now. And so I feel like as entrepreneurs, do we do that? Do we have that moment, that exercise where we're sitting on the porch and we're writing down like everything that we did with the business and where the business, who it has reached, where it has gone? And I feel like sometimes we don't have that insight when we first say, I'm going to start a business. We just have in sight that we don't want to work for anybody else. We want to work for ourselves. And so that's what we do. And that's all we do is we work for ourselves. And then when it's all said and done, when we can't work anymore, we can't even pass it on to anybody else because we put nothing in place, right, to plan for the next move, to plan for the vision or the expansion or the growth. And so I just wanted to make sure.
Right now.
What was that, Yanta?
I said you're talking my stuff right here because I just want to jump out my skin because you're hitting a lot of things. Like when you become an entrepreneur, most of the people who become entrepreneurs in a technical standpoint that they enjoy. You became an accountant and you wanted to own your own financial firm because of your love for being an accountant. However, when we do that, and I actually do have a program that's coming out called From Hustler to CEO. Hush. But the thing is what we do is we take our technical skills and we jump directly into the business. So listen, you're doing your technical skills, but you haven't thought about how do I stop doing my technical skills and stop working in the business and work on the business. And that is where the conflict comes in. We don't know how to slow down. And one of the things that, and I made you do this exercise too. One of the things is I like you to do your organization chart, because now I'm letting you think, what does your team look like? What do you want your team to look like? Right now, yes, you have many little hats you're throwing on. You the salesperson, you the accountant, you the mopper, you the floor sweeper, you all those things, but you won't be one day. And if you don't look at it that way, you will be that all the time. So we have to look at it from the beginning that I do this because I love it and I seen something that I want to make a change in and I want to be that change. But I don't want to be caught up in my business and lose the love for my technical skill. And that is why you become that CEO, because now you can put the people in places. You can make the changes of I don't want my people to work on Fridays. That's me.
Right,
I don't want
right.
my people to work on Friday. So I'm putting things in place where Friday's not going to be a work day. We might be at work, but we ain't working for nobody. We enjoying ourselves as a company and understanding things of how to make new things there so that we can grow our company more. So you have to have that vision on what do you want to see your business look like. And when you do that, you start to put the things in places. And when people say you have to do this, it comes a little bit easier for you. You agree with doing it because now your body and your mind is agreeing to what you want your legacy to look like. And since this is Black Business Month, I'm going to talk about some Black things in our culture. And it's not just our culture, but it's done a lot of times in our culture that we have people who have successful business, very successful business, and we don't even know half of them. However, they only are self-employed. And being that they're self-employed, they have nothing to leave behind to their family because you have it all up here. You got all the knowledge. No one knows how to run your business but you. Shame on you.
It does.
Just
It
shame
does.
on you. Not having processes and systems in place where you can even sell your business. If your child doesn't want to take over your business, you can sell it so your child can do whatever business aspect they want to do. But because you don't have the right accounting system
Right,
to
right.
show you what your business is worth,
Earth.
to get you from working in your business and on your business, you cannot sell your business because capital investors don't want to invest in no mess.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Why would I put all my money in something you don't even know what your business worth?
And they gonna
And they
go
gonna
back,
go back.
y'all, at least 7 years. Some people go back 7 years because usually that's how long you have to have financial documents on hand for, like, other agencies, governmental agencies. So it's possible when somebody is thinking about buying your business, they may ask you 7 years. Some people say 3 to 5, but they may ask to go back a little bit more. So to Yanta's point, make sure that all of that stuff is in order. I mean, I've had the pleasure of actually looking at a firm for a potential client and letting her know, whether she should make that investment or not. And that's not an easy task to do. There is so much that you have to look at in order to tell that story. Like, you're literally, that's what you're doing. Like, you're literally trying to tell a story with financial documents. And so I advised her based on what I found. And needless to say, she didn't make that investment, and she's grateful for it. Okay, because things come out after the fact, right? Like after she passed on it, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you won't believe this." So, but again, it's important that you have processes, procedures, stuff in place. Think about long term. Think about legacy, right? Fye Finance family, I know y'all are used to me saying that. That's what I'm all about, is building a legacy. That's why I get on here and I have these conversations with various people so we can educate and grow and learn together, because we're all about encouraging you to build a legacy that you can leave for your loved ones.
It's about wealth building, Samara,
Right,
because when it
right,
comes to the wealth building, and we're talking about the business aspect, now we can go real deep when it comes to personal
right,
aspect,
right,
but we're really
right.
talking about the business aspect. Some people don't want a 300-man company. Some people are good with a 20-man. I don't want a 300-man company. I want enough employees that I can understand in. I'm a small church woman.
Mm-hmm,
I ain't a
mm-hmm.
big mega church woman. I'm a small church woman. I need to know what's going on with my employees. I need to know how I can serve them as well as they serve me. I don't see employees as employees. I see them as family. I see them as someone that's going to grow with my company, and I want them to go and find another job. I want them to go wish their dreams. This is a stepping stone what we have. And in this stepping stone, how can we serve each other? And that's how I see communities growing. Your community can't grow if we're not helping each other. And nowadays, with everything that's going on, they're keeping us divided, and they're making more reasons why we should stay divided. I don't have no competition out there. Now, I do look at competition when it comes to statistics, because I'm a nerd when it comes to analytics and statistics. However, don't see anyone as a competition. I see any, even when it comes to the competition, I teach my clients, I like for them to fail. That is one of my models. We're going to fail at whatever we do, and we're going to fail hard, because our whole mission is how much stuff we fail at it today. That means if you failing at multiple stuff today, that means I know you're doing multiple different things. And you're going outside of your box. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone, because that's the only way we're going to grow as a community and as a business owner. You don't see people in other cultures not going. We put our money together. We network together. We partnership together. We have honest and trust loyalty businesses together. And when we do that, we will start growing. We will actually start understanding how your business becomes more worthy than you with just one person, because you're a chain of multiple people.
Right,
I
right.
we partner up with multiple big companies, but we partner up with them so we don't have to charge you those big firm prices. We partner up with Google Suites and all of them. However, I have a lot of black business owners that I partner up with. I keep a network or arsenic of people that can help another person that I can refer to, because that's really, as we talking, I'm retiring. I'm just now getting on the net, but that's not mean I just not started working. I myself got my things by referrals. But as Samara said, at some time, depending on your plan, how big you want to be, but even at the local level, if you want people to see your door, especially with the situation with the pandemic, you have to let people know who you are, see where you are, show us your greatness, show us that we should buy and purchase from you, and the reason why we should do that. Because, needless to say, I don't know you.
Right, right. That's true. Like the power of connection is very important. And so I take that same path of just building a community around me, a close knit community, so that when a client comes to me with their bookkeeping problem, but I see another issue maybe that they need help in, then I can call up Yanta, like, hey, I got a client that may need your services. I've already talked it over with him or her. So here's their contact information. Just let me know what you think. Um, because, like you said, community is important. And so, with that being said, you said that you had some things that you wanted to talk about specifically among the Black community. So, do you mind sharing some of those things with us now?
Some of the things I'm really big on us supporting each other. I shake my head at stereotypes, because it's about diversity, and it's about getting as many people in your doors to see the greatness that we have in our community. And the lack of showing our greatness is a shame on our community. A lack of wanting to be the best business that you be, provide the best customer service as you can, watching and looking at the best practices. Shame on us.
Right, right,
Shame on us. Yes, we do want profit. People start businesses to get money.
right.
It is known, it is said, and it's out there. But I'm gonna tell you now from my granddad teaching, The way you grow your business is the way you treat people. And if you ain't gonna treat people right when you have as a business owner, and I can say I have people in my community that I given a chance and they didn't satisfy me in a way, but I have people in other communities I gave a chance and they didn't satisfy me another way. However, I have some good people in my community that I gave a chance and they have exceeded my expectations. And those are my business. That's my ideal clients.
Right.
The ones that exceed my expectations and allow me to exceed someone, they show me how I supposed to be in my business. So that I can do the same thing, so I can break that stereotype that, oh, I don't buy from them.
Right.
What the hell? You gonna give all our money to somebody else?
Right.
So now you're gonna make me go.
It reminds me of that scripture, iron sharpens iron. So when you have someone in your circle of influence who is just as passionate as you are, right, about customer service, about the quality of service, the quality of product that they're putting out there, then it motivates you to do more. You're like, wait a minute,
I gotta step my game up. But as you say, but when you find someone who doesn't meet that expectation, don't go talking about them. Let them know. Give them the reviews so they can have the feedback. They might not even know, or they might be like us in the beginning stage, over our head.
Right.
Can't breathe, drowning in doing so many things that they can't give the best customer service, and they need someone to say, hey, baby, I need you to slow down. You need to go get help in these arenas, because you're not keeping your business word. You're not being a trustworthy business. Your brand is dying, and I don't need to see your brand die. We need more of your brand to grow, and that is what we're here for, to help each other grow and not tear each other down, because you were once at that person's stage and had no clue of what you were doing. Now, unless you came in with all the riches and golds and everything else, and it's very few of those.
Highly doubt. But you're right. Like I hope y'all heard, Fye Finance family, that the key is community and helping each other, right? So when someone does something, that's not right, instead of us going to their social media and blasting them and taking pictures and posting what they didn't do right, or showing some child. I've been on email chains. It's ridiculous. Blasting somebody in the email chain about what they didn't do, what service they didn't provide to you. Like, instead of us doing that, let's take a moment to make that a teachable moment. Let's make that a lesson, a private lesson between you and that entrepreneur, and say, hey, listen, the way you moving, right? Like, I don't think you're going to be successful if you continue to move that way. If I were you, I would take a step back and maybe try this, because this worked for me. Like, you can share it just like that. This worked for me. Yep. So I commend you for bringing that to our attention about the whole community aspect, because we do definitely need more of that. We need to support each other and build each other up. And I love what you said about not having any competition. I feel the same way, because I feel like my clients, right, know the quality of service that they're getting, and they know that relationship that I have built, right? So it's all about relationship. My clients have my phone number, okay, and they can call me at any moment. They have my personal email, well, my business email, but they can call me they can email me at any moment, and I get questions all time of night, because I deal with people on the West Coast, and on the East Coast. So I get questions, I get requests at all different times of night. Now, I may not reply to you at 2 in the morning, but I'm going to reply to you the next morning, the very next morning. Like, you're going to get a reply. And so, with that being said, like, that's what makes them stay with me. That's why they're loyal, right? It's because of the customer service, because of the quality of work, because of the responsiveness, right, that I give to clients. Hi, I'm telling you. because clients just want to know that they're seen and they're going to be taken care of.
Mhm.
I will tell you this. I have made mistakes, okay? But what clients care about is how you handle the mistake. It's how
Because no one
you
wants
can,
to waste their money.
right,
And we, you know, it's all about, I want to know that I'm being taken good care of.
right,
And I can get over your mistake if we discuss this mistake and let's figure out a game plan. Let's discuss what's going on because we need feedback. You're never going to not make a mistake in your business. Let's just put that out there. I don't care how good you are. You're going to mess something up. You're going to miss something. You're going to misspell something. You ain't going to say something. You're going to send the wrong email to the wrong person. It's just going to happen, but we're human. And I think that's what makes us the best business people we can be is to show our authenticness, our human, and know that humility is a great thing. It's good to come back to being humble and knowing that you're okay to make that mistake.
right. I agree. So listen, Yanta, we could talk like all night long, right? But I gotta make sure that I give you an opportunity to share with the Fye Finance family some of the goodies that you have agreed to give away to them. So Fye Finance family, I hope you stay for the duration because Yanta is giving away some goodies tonight, and I want to give her the opportunity to explain what those are. And we have some visuals to help with that, Yanta. So you let me know where you want to
Okay.
start.
So just take it back. It is Black Business Month, and so like I said, it's about partnership, and part of the partnership is Samara saying, "Hey, you got anything special for my guests?" It's the end of the month. It's going into September. School had the kids in school and everything, and the new. So yeah, I came up in with my little patty whacking and came up with some things for her. So I'm offering any business owner who wants to actually see how they rank out in the social media amongst the other businesses. Go to my website, www.euabrand.com, and you can get you a free snapshot of your business and how you rank amongst other businesses out there, and figure out, you can do it DIY it yourself, figure out what you need to do to get yourself back into a standard where you are great with your I'm going to call this your report card, or you can get us to help you and get a consultation and see where you can and what we can do to you, just to make small steps that can make you feel better about your business. And I also have, because I'm very big in analytics and optimizing things, and it's without reports and without understanding your connection with your clientele and your customers, you don't know what's really going on. So you should have a CRM system, which is a client management system, and you should have email marketing now. Only reason I say email marketing because we stay most of the time in our email boxes. Like Samara say, people email her at 2 o'clock in the morning. So you need to be staying in front of your customers. It takes several times for your customers to even know that you're there, because why? We get so much traffic nowadays in our email boxes. So email marketing is really a great tool for you to stay in front of them, to gain brand awareness, gain qualified leads, to actually come up with a strategy plan to have your clients advocate for you as an client reputation for reviews. So there's many things that you can do with it. So I'm giving 50% off for 4 months on a Keep CRM system, email marketing system, and you can utilize that. We also will help you with going through the system and explaining how the system works to benefit you and what you can do with it. And if you need any campaign buildings, we offer that service for you. And I have a lot of good freebies for you, Samara, on my website, for just, even if you just want to see how things work for your business, for client reputation, client listing, to see how you list out on the internet, if you actually listening in multiple areas, reviews, and we actually, if you're our clients, we provide you a business app where you can see all your analytics and what your business performing in one spot. So we've got a lot of good goodies on there. It's a lot of freebies out in our marketplace on our website. So go check out the freebies. There's no love lost there, and it's always love gain, even if you just stop by and say hi.
Yeah, perfect. So, Fye Finance family, make sure that you visit the website www.euabrand.com. Is there a way for them to book a consultation with you via the website too?
Absolutely. Go straight to our contact page and you can book a consultation, and that's the same page. You go pick up your snapshot.
Okay, perfect. So you heard it, Fye Finance family. She is offering this special gift to everyone who is tuning into this live tonight. So no one special guest, it's everyone who is tuning into the live. So please make sure that you are looking in the comments below. Make sure that you do a special hashtag so we know who we need to send it to. So it's going to be hashtag snapshot. Okay. So hashtag snapshot, so we know, who is interested in getting these freebies that EUA brand has so graciously offered to the Fye Finance family, and we are so grateful.
The CRM 50% off would not be up there long.
Y'all heard it, but act now. So that's why we wanted to make sure that you stuck with us throughout the duration of the live so that we can share that with y'all, because you heard her. It's not going to last long.
About 4 months? No.
Act now. This is their website now. So again, thank you so much. I lost track of time. I was like, we could just have this conversation all night.
You was talking my stuff now.
Right. But I want to be respectful of your time and to the time of the Fye Finance family. And so I see a hashtag already away that hashtag snapshot. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of that. Did we have any questions or comments? We were just going on.
I know. I apologize, everyone. I'm open to answer any questions you might have.
All right, so we do have one. So Casey is asking, would you recommend finding a mentor?
I would recommend finding a mentor and a coach, and multiple ones. I have 4 coaches.
Okay. Perfect.
It's very important to a mastermind group. And just when we say mentor and coaches, it's not just about who having someone physically with you. I have one of my coaches is my Audible.
Oh, right.
That's one of my coaches is my Audible. I actually pay good money for a coach too,
right,
depending on where you're trying to go in your business. But like it's coaches can be who you make them be. Mentors can be who you make them be. But make sure you plugged into something that gives you more knowledge than you're giving it.
Absolutely. One thing that I just wanted to add. I mean, I think you share this with me. There is a difference between a mentor and a coach. Okay, I have been blessed to find mentors that I don't pay for their time or their knowledge, because literally they're just mentoring me. They're just telling me what they have learned, right, in this same game. And so a coach, though, is someone who is actually listening to what you say you want to do, devising a plan, right, and helping you execute that thing. So I just wanted to make sure that I clean that up for the people because a mentor, like, I haven't paid for any information that I've gotten from my mentor. So
the mentor usually they would most likely give you advice.
Right.
But your coach will show you how to figure out that advice. Exactly. And that's what you want. You want someone who's going to show you how to figure the advice out. So when you get in that situation again, you know how to maneuver, shift, and jaggle, baby. Move it around. Get up out that thing. Yeah.
Right. So great question, Casey. Thank you, Yanta, clearing that up for us. Do we have any more questions or comments? All right. Well, then we did good. I felt like we were giving the people all the conversation they needed. That's why they didn't have all these questions.
If you do, just throw them down there, and Samara, shoot them to me, and I'll answer them for you.
Absolutely. So
Absolutely. So
again, thank
again,
you
thank
so
you
much,
so much,
Yanta,
Yanta,
for being
for
on and
being on and
especially for
especially
giving
for
us
giving us
those
those
special
special
gifts,
gifts,
right? To
right?
all
To
of our Fye
all of our
Finance
Fye
family,
Finance
not just
family,
to
not
one,
just
but
to
to
one,
all
but
of
to
you.
all of you.
So please,
So
Fye
please,
Finance
Fye
family,
Finance
make sure
family,
you
make
visit
sure
the
you visit
website.
the website.
Book a
Book a
consultation
consultation
if
of
you
you
are an
if you are an
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur,
right? Starting
right?
out and
Starting
you have
out,
some more
have some more
questions or you want to
questions,
see
and you
what
want
kind
to
of
see what kind of
packages
packages
Midway brand can
Midway
offer
brand can
you.
offer you.
Book a
Book a
consultation with me
consultation with
if you
me
are an
if you are an
entrepreneur starting
entrepreneur
out,
starting
right?
out.
Remember,
Right?
I talked
Remember, I
about
talked
that
about that
budget and about
budget,
having those
about having
capital
those capital
gains.
gains.
So you
So
want to
you
think
want
you
to
can
think
be
you can
able
be
to,
able
or
to,
what you
or
can
what you
afford,
can
right?
afford,
As
right?
it pertains to
Pertains to
marketing, building
marketing,
out your
building out
website
your
and
website
branding
and
and
branding
whatnot.
and whatnot.
So
So
definitely visit
definitely
our
visit our
website,
website,
fyefinance.com.
fyefinance.com.
Book a
Book a
consultation
consultation
so that we
so
can
that
get
we
you
can
on
get
the
you
right
on the
path.
right path.
And
And
again,
again,
thank you,
thank you,
Yanta. It
Yanta.
was a
It was a
pleasure
You're
as
pleasure as
always.
welcome.
I
always.
truly
We
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
And thank you,
And thank
Fye
you,
Finance
Fye
family,
Finance
for
family,
tuning
for
in to this
tuning into this
episode of
episode
Let's
of
Talk
Let's Talk
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
You all
You
have a
all have a
blessed and
blessed and
wonderful evening.
wonderful evening.
Until next
Until
time.
next time.